Yagwan! Day 4! Yagwan! So Jamaican. Alright. Day 4, fit check. Physique check. Alright, let's get into it. It's been a little bit of a pain in the ass. Damn, why'd I sit like that? It's been a little bit of a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest. Getting work done. I've been waking up late and people ask things of me. And I'm a little bit selfish. I don't feel like doing it, but I do it anyways because I know that that's the way it should be. So, anyways, I gotta go, same shit. DMs, post, edit, work on the masterclass. And I have two sales calls today, so God willing, that goes well. If those 2 sales calls go well, I could have $3,000. So that would be phenomenal. Yesterday's call did not go as well. Like I had said before, I got his, I got his info, the card info, but we called today, didn't work out, so whatever. But if I could just be real, today I'm feeling maybe not melancholic, just thoughtful. For the last 3-4 years maybe, the same thought kind of lingers in my brain of, am I living a meaningful life? Is what I'm doing meaningful? Am I satisfied? And, I never know the answer to that question. It's not like I never know if I am or if I'm not. In terms of satisfaction, Mia told me, why would you be satisfied if you're not where you want to be? And that stood out to me. I said, that's fair. So I guess I just won't be satisfied. And that's fine. I can find satisfaction in other things at times. And it's a good thing. It's an optimistic thing because it's like, well, I'm so thirsty. Well, yeah, of course you're thirsty because you haven't drank water yet. So my pursuit to go get water is going to be a lot stronger. And the same thing with being satisfied. In terms of, am I doing the right things? I don't know. I feel like I am. But then I question, well, what is the right thing? Like, what does that look like? Like, what is the box that needs to be checked? What's the criteria, the requirements that need to be met in order for you to define that thing as, oh, this is the right thing. You are doing the right thing. And I guess the answer to that question would be, what are your goals? Well, what do you want out of life, right? Because if my goal in life is just to live a simple, quiet life and work an easy job and just stay in Miami forever and live life chill like that, then I'm doing a very bad job at that then. But thankfully, that's not my goal. That's not what I want to do. So then what is the goal? Well, the goal is to make a lot of money. Why? Because I want to be able to have more opportunity. More money means more opportunity. Opportunity for what? Opportunity to impact people's lives and have better access to my desires. And desires not as in like, oh, a really nice house and like a car and this whole thing, but desires as in bring to life chamaco, be able to travel and go to other places, be able to experience more things, experience as in maybe a different country, a different culture. If I want to buy a camera, I could just go ahead and buy a camera. I don't need to worry about a lot of things. So that's I think a pretty good reason as to why. And I just find so often that I hear other people say things like, oh, well, my biggest regret is this, or I wish I would have done more. in my life. I wish I would have taken more risks. I wish I would have seen more things, done more things. And I hear that stuff and it bothers me because I'm like, am I doing that? Am I doing that? Is that something that I'm doing? Am I taking enough risks? Am I doing enough things? Am I having enough of an impact? And then it goes back to the question that I always ask, is what I'm doing meaningful? Is what I'm doing the vehicle that's going to take me to be able to achieve all of those things? And I never know if I am. Constantly, I'm just constantly like feeling that way. But then I need to get out of my emotions and think, okay, well, objectively, what is happening in your life? Don't think about what you feel, think about what the reality of it is. I'm pursuing a business that's changing people's lives through fitness, so that's good. That's something meaningful. And right now, this is me talking to me now. And right now, you're on a journey, you're on a path. So when you hear someone else's story at the end of their life, let's say an older man tells you the story of how he made $1 million, let's say. And he'll say, man, I went through this thing, and there was a period of time where it sucked, and there was a period of time where this thing happened, that thing, that. They're running through the story at the end of their life. They're running to the story because they've already went through the story. So when they tell you the story, they're breaking it, like that period, like for example, when they say, oh man, yeah, and I went 2 years without making $1 first. I went 2 years without doing this thing. Or it was a year where I just wasn't getting any clicks or anything like that, right? They can say, oh yeah, it was a year. And then after they say that, they tell you, but then this thing happened, right? But when they were living through that, they weren't thinking, oh, this is only going to last a year and then this amazing thing's going to happen, right? They're not thinking that because they don't know that, because they're living through it in the moment. It's like rewatching a movie. You watch a movie that you've seen 7 times, Interstellar. You've seen 7 times and you're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But you know what's going to happen at the end, right? Like you know it's going to work out. Us as the characters in our lives, I guess the main character in our own lives, we're going through this and we don't recognize, mainly because we don't know, what's going to happen after this season, right? We don't even know what season we're in most of the time, but we don't know what's going to happen after this part of the movie or this part of our life, right? So it feels so much heavier than what it is. It's like, there's a scene in Interstellar when Matthew McConaughey gets stuck in this like 5th dimensional world, right? And when he's in there, he starts freaking out. He's like, oh my God. And he starts like panicking because he's like, I'm in this crazy ass place. I have no idea where the hell I am. I'm like slipped in between the fabric of time. I don't even know how I'm going to, like everything through his head is panic and dread and terror and how I'm stuck here and I have no idea what the hell's going to happen. And he doesn't know, right, in that moment, he doesn't know that, oh, wait a second, hold on. Someone's going to come save me. And I just need to figure out how to get out of here. But I'm going to get saved. He doesn't know that in that moment. So in that moment, he's going through terror. And I think that's what I do. I think a lot of people do. But I go through that and I think to myself, well, or I think I'm in this moment right now where I'm in like that terror, which is an exaggeration. I'm just trying to connect the analogy with my life right now. I feel like I am in that part of the movie where I don't know what's going to happen next. You know, my life could change tomorrow. But since I don't know that, I am stuck in the, oh my gosh, like, I have no idea what's going to happen. And I feel like it's going to be like this forever. And that's the point that I was trying to make. That's the point that I'm trying to make, is that in the midst of terror or in the midst of concern or in the midst of fear or whatever, you don't know that there's a way out. Like you don't know in that moment that their salvation comes. It's like when you have a panic attack. The reason why you're panicking is because your brain is telling you there's no way out. That's it. This is what it's going to be like forever. But we know for a fact, and the problem is that we don't remind ourselves of this enough, but we know for a fact that everything has a season. Life is filled with seasons. It's never just going to stay the way it is, right? There's going to be time for dancing, and there's going to be time for mourning, and there's going to be time for laughing and crying and pain and suffering and peace and love. There's a time for everything. And so right now I am in a little bit of a season where my brain is telling me there is no way out, but there is a way out. And that's the objective reality. The objective reality is that this is just for a season. So now that we know that we're here just for a season, what are you going to do about it, right? So, well, we need to ask, we need to know exactly what kind of season we're in, because we can't treat all things the same. So the type of season that I'm in is I just don't feel like I'm doing the right things. I feel like in terms of exciting, adventurous experiences, I'm not doing. That's the problem, because I don't really question my business too much. And I keep on thinking that I'm questioning my business, but it's not me questioning my business. It's more so me questioning, I think, the quality of my life, the decisions that are being made around me. Am I doing the right things? So I don't think it's the money side. I don't think it's my business. I think it's like right now I want to look for a different job, right? I don't want to do the PE coaching anymore. So I want to do something fun. I want to work on as a deckhand. I want to work on boats. I want to work on the ocean. I want to do something like that, right? There's other times where it's like, I want to go one day randomly drive up to North Carolina and stay there by myself, or book a random flight to Costa Rica, or travel more, go on more like fun experiences and make more memories and film more videos. And like, that's the shit that I'm really like, and that's what I'm missing out on. That's what I miss. That's what I want. You know what I mean? Like I miss that, or I'm missing that. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty damn certain that is the thing that's pissing me off. That's the thing that's bothering, that's causing me to feel so unsure and unsatisfied and just unhappy. It's that. So now back to the thing. So now we've identified what the season is, right? So now what are you going to do about it? As the old man told me one time. What are you going to do about it? Well, think about this. You're focusing on a business that's going to allow you to do these things, right? However, we're doing like a 70%, 30%. So at 30%, let's be intentional about it. Plan more trips. There's nothing stopping you from going. Yes, money, but be resourceful. Like, just figure it out. Go on more trips. I'm planning a 200-mile bike ride with Miles and Noah sometime in January. So we'll do that. Plan more trips. Just plan it. You just got to do it. Focus on that more. And at the end of the day, remember, you're on a mission. And this mission isn't going to last forever. Or at least this part of the mission isn't going to last forever. So keep working on that. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. So with that being said, I feel like I've clearly identified what the issue is. And I feel like I've clearly identified what the solution is. Just do more shit. Nothing's stopping you. Just plan it. And by you planning it, that also goes into that desire that you have to be a little bit more conscientious as well. Anyways, that was my rant. We got what? Well, what we got on the agenda for today is read my Bible, read Plutarch. Really enjoying that book. Do my DMs, post a video, stories, do the masterclass, Donovan stripped, clean my car, which I just cleaned my car. Organize finances, and then the last one was edit videos and sales calls. Okay. Day 4. Talk tomorrow.